This pattern is by HMP Studios, Happy Mood Point Studios on Etsy. They are one of my favorite designers. Sorry, I've got a bunch of fluff going on. And I cast this on last year for a little stitch along that I did with one of my friends. And before, when you saw it, I had her dress, but none of the basket. I had the flowers, but none of the stems. I did not have the big basket. In other words, I had a lot that needed to be done. Now, I want this to be a finish on my birthday. And so I put a lot of work into this. Also, please keep in mind that I have done a color conversion to what I desire on this. If you like my colors, I can totally send you those colors, but this is not the colors called for in the original pattern. So I have completed, since we last spoke on Lavender season, I have completed 752 stitches. And it's showing up, at least for me, really dark. This is not as dark in real life. What if I go this way so the sun's more on it? Yeah, that's a little better, but then of course you can't see the detail. So maybe it's just the shadows going on. But she's super cute. I tried really hard to find a way. I spent an entire afternoon to try and find a way to make her hair my hair. I tried blends. I tried multiple different blends of different kinds of blondes. I even took the gold in this basket here and tried blending it with a blonde that I found. Oh, that was really bad, by the way. I could not come up with anything, and I think it's because of her skin tone. So I just went ahead and found a nice lightish, I think this is the lightest brown that I'm doing on this piece and from the basket in here, and I just did that for her hair up there, which I still think looks really good. It doesn't necessarily represent my hair, but it still looks really good. Another thing I will mention is none of my flowers are the same. The feel is there. The feel is there, but I messed up royally somewhere along the way, and I never caught it when I was stitching up all of my different flowers. And it just looked great to me when I was stitching it. So now when I came back and I started, that was the first thing I did, was I put in the stems. And when I started doing the stems, after this one right here, everything else is just made up by Emily, because nothing on here, none of my flowers matched up with the chart as far as like lining up the stems and things like that. So I literally just had to make it up. And then I was freaked out because I added on this stem here to come down, and I didn't even think about it, but I was like, oh my gosh, what if the basket doesn't go all the way over and this stem is just hanging out in the wind? It did. It looks really good. But see, I really still like it. I mean, just goes to show you that you can fudge and flub your way through almost anything, right? I will say that I was successful